Dear children, welcome to the video class. Grade 6, Science, Chapter 5, Separation of Substances. Dear children of grade 6, welcome to the science class. Before starting today's class, let us recall what we have learned in our previous class. In our previous class, we have learned about winnowing and sieving and how to separate various components in a mixture by using these methods. In this class, we are going to see the topic sedimentation, decantation and filtration. In the previous classes, we have seen about winnowing and hand picking. It is not possible to separate all the components by winnowing, hand picking or sieving or threshing. We have to go for some other techniques. So we are going to see the topic sedimentation, decantation and filtration. Before seeing this topic, let me say an example. What our mother do before cooking rice or pulses? Before cooking rice or tur dal, what she will do? She will wash the rice or pulses with water. Why it is necessary? Why we are doing this? The pulses or rice will contain some impurities. They will have some impurities like dust and soil. To remove them only, we are washing with water. By doing so, what happens? The dust particles, that is the impurities like dust particles and soil will go into the water. They will be soluble in water and it will change the color of the water. The water will be dirt or it will be black in color. So, with this example, let us see what is sedimentation and decantation. What we are doing? We are adding water to rice and pulses. And what we will do? We will make that mixture to stand for some time. On making them to stand for some time, what happens? The heavier rice particles will come and settle. So, this process is called sedimentation. This process is called sedimentation. Then what we will do? We will remove water from that, isn't it? Tomorrow you go and watch while your mother is cooking in the kitchen. Then she will remove the water from that. So this process is called decantation. By this process, we can separate that impurities like dirt and mud from the pulses. Now see this diagram. See this diagram. That is, you see the figure 5.8. See, the impurities are allowed to stand for some time. By doing like this, the heavier particles, they come and settle at the bottom. So this is called sedimentation. Okay, then what they are doing? They are transferring the liquid. So that liquid is called supernatant solution. That liquid is transferred into the other beaker. So this process is called decantation. By doing the sedimentation and decantation, we can remove the impurities like dirt and sand from pulses or rice. Have you all understood this topic? Okay. Now let me say with another example to explain sedimentation, decantation and filtration. Okay, have you ever seen your mother preparing tea? The tea is a mixture of solid and liquid. The tea is a mixture of solid and liquid. Why do we say that is a mixture of solid and liquid? The tea is a liquid and the tea powder, that is the boiled tea powder, is the solid. Now we are going to see how to remove this solid and liquid from the tea. Now you make that tea mixture, that is the mixture of solid and liquid, that is the mixture of tea and tea leaves to stand for some time. Okay, we have to make that to stand for some time. So that process is called sedimentation. By doing so, what happens? The tea leaves come and settle at the bottom. Okay, then shall we try decantation? Yes, we can try decantation. We can separate the tea into the another beaker. Is it possible for us to completely remove the tea leaves from that? No, we cannot remove the tea leaves completely by using decantation. So we have to search a strainer. Okay, we have to search a strainer. Okay, the strainer will be having tiny holes. Have you seen the tea strainer in your home? Go and see that. The tea strainer will be having tiny holes. So what happens while pouring the tea in the tea strainer, the liquid will come down and the tea leaves will be in the tea strainer itself. So this process is called filtration. This process is called filtration. Now one more question is there. Okay, an answer for that question. Which method of separation of tea leaves from prepared tea is better? Decantation or filtration? So if we do decantation, we get a proper tea, or if we do filtration, we get a proper tea. Which is better, decantation or filtration? Filtration is better. So in the decantation, some tea leaves may fall into the tea. But if we use a strainer and filter means we get good results. Have you all understood? Yes. Then let me give an example for you. You collect some muddy water from the pond or a river. You do it as an activity. Okay, if this is not possible means you take some mud and add water and you can prepare the muddy water. We have to separate the mud from the water. What we have to do? We have to make that mixture to stand for some time. So that is called sedimentation. By making that to stand for some time, the heavier mud particles will come and settle at the bottom. Now we have to remove water and the mud. So we have to do decantation. So we have to carefully transfer water into the another beaker. So this is decantation. Okay, now we have separated the mud and the water. See, this water is still muddy only. It is not completely pure. Since again it contains some soil. It contains some mud. So what we have to do? We have to go for filtration. Just we have to search for something like a tea strainer. Okay, for tea strainer like that, we can take a cloth. We can take a piece of cloth. The cloth will be having some holes or pores. It is having some holes, or pores means very tiny holes, that is called pores. Okay, then we have to pour the water which is muddy. Okay, so what happens means the mud will be remaining on the cloth and the water gets transferred into the other beaker. So by this method we can separate the mud from the water. Now you come for the figure 5.9. Always we cannot take a paper cloth. In the lab and all, we have to use only this filter paper. This filter paper is available in the lab. So this filter paper has to be folded in the form of a cone. So you take the filter paper and you fold into 4, and you take 3 in one side and 1 in one side, and you can get a cone. Then what we have to do? We have to keep this cone on a funnel. We have to keep this cone on a funnel and we have to pour the mixture and we can separate mud from the water. Have you all understood, children? Then let me give one example. Some fruit and vegetable juices. They have to be filtered before drinking. So they may contain some solid seeds. So they have to be filtered before drinking. So for that we can use a strainer. We can use the filtration method and we can use the strainer and we can separate the seeds from the juice. Or by making paneer. Okay, how to make paneer? We have to add lemon juice to the milk and we have to boil. By doing so, the milk will be changed into paneer. Now it contains two components. One is the solid paneer, other one is the liquid. They have to be separated. For that, we can take a strainer or we can take a fine cloth and we can filter and we can separate the solid paneer and the liquid by using this filtration method. Okay children, have you all understood? I will give the activity, do that activity and submit to your class teacher. Dear children, your activity for this class is you frame 15 fill in the blanks and write the answers in the topic sedimentation, decantation and filtration. Do this activity and submit to your class teacher. Meet you all in the next class. Thank you children. Have a nice day.